Welcome back everyone to Lord of the Ring Rise to War Commander tier list 1 year after the launch of the game. And today we're going to be looking at all the tier 3 on the good side. If you haven't already, you can subscribe and make sure to leave a like if you appreciate the video. Let me know if you would have done something different in the comment section. I reply to everything that I see, and I really like to interact with you about this matter. Before I start, I want to announce that I'm going to go live for the last 3 tier lists that I want to do. We're going to do all the good commander combined, and we're going to build this list live on stream, so I have your opinion about it and see how everything goes. Then we're going to do same thing for all the evil side commander of all the tier, and to a final stream, maybe the same stream, we'll see. We're gonna do all the commander from all tier and all actually alignment. So we have like a complete tier list of what commander is still great, what commander actually fell behind after 1 year of playing. So actually, with your opinion and the opinion of my friend that helped me do this list, we're going to be able to actually create something that hopefully will be a reference for other people after this. Without further ado, I'm going to give it a little shout out to TheodenCHEH, Azoras, and Crack, which helped me to do this list. So thank you guys. And without further ado, we're going to start with Aragorn, tier 3, so King of Man, which is directly up to A tier. The guy is actually great when you start like a server. You're going to be able to lose like minimum troop because of his healing, and eventually during the game you can build him so it counters a lot of like commander in the meta, mainly because whenever your troops are stunned or are succumbing to madness, they receive 90% less damage, as well as the healing and the damage that Aragorn can pull out by himself. So that's why he is ranked A. Next up, we got Kirden, which sadly is going to be D tier. So the eldest elves sadly does not make the cut, and that's mainly because the character itself is not kind of built in a way that you can have a specific skill that works well together. He's also focused on like crossings and stuff. Like he's being introduced to the game at the same time as the seafarers, and they kind of tried to do something, and unfortunately it didn't work. So D tier for Kirden. Next up, we got Dane, probably the strongest DPS commander in the game right now at the moment. It works incredibly well with dwarves, obviously. His Respect 5 main skill actually gives defense to all the dwarves as he attack, and he attack every single turn for 15 defense as well as massive damage. So yeah, the guy incredibly strong. I've seen some report actually yesterday with him doing almost 300,000 damage by itself. It was level 44 and the gear was not so great. So with the correct gear, like a higher level and everything, the guy can do like an amazing job. So S tier for Dane. If you're able to get him or you start the game, I know there's a chest with Dane Ironfoot when you start the game. Try to get some progress on the madam, or if you pull out from like with an invitation letter, the guy is incredibly strong. Also, not to keep going, but his Respect 10 item, even though it is a tier 3 commander and it's very expensive, his tier 3 item, Respect 10 item is so good, so strong. If you don't know about it, just go look it out. It's very strong. Next up, we got Elrond, half-elven, which is going to be next to his friend here, Kirden, on the D tier. There's a reason why you don't see him often. There's a tiny build you can do with him, but unfortunately, it doesn't compare to some of the tier 3 even. So there's some tier 2 that will do a better job than him. So that's why he's going to be D tier. Waiting maybe for an update, like a commander adjustment in the future. Maybe he's going to crawl a little bit up. But for now, he's staying D tier. Next up, we got Galadriel, which I see a few of her on the battlefield, more than I used to, but she's going to be A tier. She got some good DPS. She's also a very, very strong healer, and that combined can actually make a very, very strong wall. She's not going to win the battle immediately, but she's going to like stop a strong commander without losing a lot of troops because of her heal, and she's still going to be able to put out the damage because she's doing focus damage, and it actually bypass defense. Her basic attack actually does focus damage. So all around, like I said, she's not going to entirely win the battle, but she's going to win slowly over time. Her respect 10 item is also a good one. Basically, every time you do focus damage, you're going to be healing your troop. So that's another little plus. So A tier for Galadriel. I think she fell off from the S tier because season 1 and 2 she was incredible. But nowadays, A tier is what she can actually do. Next up, we got Gil-galad, which Gil-galad will be strong S tier. Probably one of the strongest commander in the game, mainly because of his evasion. It's hard to counter Gil-galad because the only way to really counter the guy is to have a like either a commander or an item that will give pursuit to actually be able to deal damage to the elves, because 70% evade in first round, like first few round, is like crazy good. Like you're not touching anything, and a lot of damage are dealt during the first few rounds. That being said, he also carries some stun, and he's going to be buffing the elf's damage. So yeah, overall, very strong commander. If you're able to get Gil-galad, strongly recommend getting him and actually putting him at least respect 5 and some gear that boosts the elves. He's going to be incredible. He's going to be like tearing through armies without losing much. Next up, we got Gandalf the White, which compared to his counterpart, Gandalf the Grey, Gandalf the White is going to be B tier. Don't get me wrong, the guy is still good, but not as good as Gandalf the Grey, sadly, because the skill that he traded from Gandalf the Grey, which was healing the troops, now deals focus damage. So you gotta make him a little bit more inclined to do focus damage, and it kind of not ruined the character, but ruined the whole things of why Gandalf the Grey is so strong. He's also good with cavalry, got a skill that buffs cavalry, so you can, well actually, I would say most people play Gandalf the White with cavalry now. So yeah, Gandalf the White, B tier. Eventually, if there's like another cavalry unit that goes out that is very strong, or if there's something that changed, it could shift to A tier. Just need a little bump or like a little bit of help to climb up. Next up, we got Izaar, which the character is still fresh, still new, but so far, for what we've seen, he's still got a place in the A tier over even Aragorn. The guy is very strong. There's a few ways to build him. One of the ways that is actually kind of a trap, and a lot of people actually build him this way, is to give follow-up to the Dane and like Ranger of the North and so on. But truly, you really want to build him with his respect 1 bottom and his respect 5, where you're going to be mainly buffing ranged troop and stuff, and this way the guy is able to do a lot of damage real quick, also mitigate some damage. Yeah, and this is, I think, the correct way to play him. I've seen some report the guy is actually doing a good job when built correctly. So I would say I'll keep an eye on him, because obviously the guy is still very, very new. But so far, it's been proving to be quite good. So A tier for him for now. We'll see eventually in the future. King of the Dead. King of the Dead first was for me C tier, but I gotta say I've seen some build lately. By lately I mean yesterday, where it was built in a way it was crazy strong, and just for that I'm going to give him the B tier. Obviously you need to have Oathbreaker, and this is what's dragging the King of Dead I would say down a little bit, because it is a very specific build. But if you have the Oathbreaker and you build him with his respect 5, because that's what you need, I mean, he destroyed my key rune without like almost taking any damage. It was like a massacre. So for that, he's earning the B tier from me. And I have to say, his respect 10 item have a little bit of potential as well. I don't recommend you taking the respect 10 item for him just because the tier in it's very expensive. But if it is a character that you play, you like, and you actually very, very appreciate playing with the King of Dead, I mean, the guy works and can do a very, very great job with some Vanguard and the Oathbreaker. Next up, we got Radagast, which Radagast will be C tier. He's very strong with his heal, but that's about it. And there's only like another way to play him. It's with Beast, and sadly, unless you get Eagle and maybe Bjorning, like it's still kind of a wall, but it's not doing enough damage for him to be elevated to the B tier. I mean, you're not going to lose a lot of troops with him. He's one of the best healer in the game, but because without damage, it doesn't mean anything to heal. So you need a balance between the two, and unfortunately, Radagast doesn't meet the requirement for the damage. He's a good healer, not a great damage output. That being said, if you want to like start your server with him, you will not lose too many troops. So that's kind of a way you can use the guy if you somehow unlocked him. All right. Next up, Thorin Oaken Shield, which is going to take the cake of the best B tier. Thorin is like mid DPS as well as buffing troops. But Dane is actually just doing everything that Thorin is doing better, and that's why Thorin is B tier and Dane is up there in S tier. Is still very, very playable. I've got some people in my clan that are playing him. Reports are okay, I would say average, but yeah, that's why B tier is where he stands right now. Next up, we got Thranduil. And yeah, Thranduil sadly will be D tier. There's a little bit like Elrond. There's like one build you can do with him. The guy also works and have some effect on forest tile, which is not great to have like a sort of tiles for you to be able to work very, very well. And yeah, so he's lacking a little bit of DPS. The buff is not enough to compare to other character, and truthfully, nobody's playing him, and there's a reason for it. And last but not least, we got Treebeard, which is like in between the D and the lower C tier. I'm going to put it C tier just for one reason. I've seen a video from RTS Mobile, and he actually made Treebeard work quite well. That being said, one of the major down from Treebeard is that he's only able to wear one piece of armor in the game. In the whole game, there's only the massive breastplate that will fit him. So basically, if you don't have the armor, don't even consider playing Treebeard. And that's one of the major let down from this character. Like, nothing's fitting him. That being said, he got some interesting skills and can do a lot of damage just by himself. There's also a build where you can use his pacifisms to debuff your enemy doing damage, but you have purity, so you can remove that debuff from yourself because pacifisms affect everyone. Treebeard by itself has great damage, also has a stun. So, and you can actually play him having respect 0, 1, or even 3. But yeah, the respect 1 and 2 is actually playable. So aside from those little problem and the fact that is also very, very slow, Treebeard gets the bottom C line. And that's it. That's all the tier 3 after a year of Lord of the Ring Rise to War. And I think unless maybe we move something in a few days during the stream, this is how it's going to stay. So yeah, stream probably on Monday. I'll confirm that in a future video or a message. And for now, I'll see you later with the Commander Tier 3 Evil. And I'll see you soon. Ciao for now.